Chosen one, look around the space you are currently occupying. Take a mental snapshot of where you are right now, because if you receive this prophetic word, you will not be living there much longer. That restless pressure you have been feeling in your spirit, that sudden urge to purge old things and stare at maps of places you have never been, that is your spirit, sensing the approach of a wealthy soulmate. God is sending a kingdom Boaz, a partner who carries not just love, but the financial authority to break your chains and the mandate to relocate you from your wilderness into your overflow. This is not a fairy tale. This is a rescue mission commanded by heaven. But listen closely. The enemy knows this arrival is imminent and has set a trap to distract you. You need to align your frequency right now to receive the real blessing and reject the counterfeit. Center your mind, open your spirit. We are about to unlock the map to your new life. Before we unlock this vault, I need you to signal your readiness. The enemy wants you to stay hidden and poor. We are breaking that agreement right now. By engaging with this message, you are creating a spiritual coordinate for your blessing to land. Declare in the comments below simply, "I am ready to move." Do it now. Sign the contract with your destiny. Now let us go deeper into what is actually happening to your body and your spirit. You have been feeling a very specific symptom lately. It is not pain, but it is a profound discomfort. It feels like the walls of your current home are slowly inching closer together. The room you used to find comfort in now feels suffocating. You look at your furniture, your view out the window, even the streets you drive down every day, and you feel a strange detachment. It is as if you are a stranger in your own life. Pay attention to your feet, specifically the soles of your feet. Have you felt a tingling sensation or a heat in them recently? In the prophetic realm, we call this itchy feet. It happens when the soil beneath you has rejected your roots because God is preparing to transplant you. You are also carrying a physical weight on your shoulders, specifically the right shoulder. This is the somatic manifestation of financial burden. You have been carrying the load of provision by yourself for so long. You have been the one figuring it out, the one stretching the dollar, the one making miracles happen with barely enough resources, and your body is tired. Your spirit is exhausted from being the sole provider for your vision. This brings us to a scripture that explains exactly why you feel this agitation. Micah 2:10 says, "Arise and depart. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction." Listen to that phrase. This is not your rest. Most people read this and think it just means move on. But let us unpack the context. The prophet, Micah, was speaking to a people who had become too comfortable in a place that could no longer sustain their destiny. The word polluted here does not just mean dirty. In the original Hebrew context, it means the atmosphere has become toxic to your purpose. God is making you uncomfortable because if you stayed comfortable, you would settle for less than what He has prepared. The restlessness, the heat in your feet, the feeling that your house is shrinking, these are not signs of mental instability. They are eviction notices from heaven. God is saying the lease on this season has expired. And this is where most chosen ones get confused. You feel this pressure, you feel this loneliness, and you begin to pray for love. You cry out to God saying, "Lord, I am so lonely. Please send someone to hold me, send someone to love me." You think the solution to your pain is romance. You think God is sending this person primarily to soothe your emotional wounds. You see this wealthy soulmate as a reward for your long season of singleness. You imagine dinners and vacations, and finally having a +1 at family gatherings. And while God cares about your heart, that is a surface-level understanding. If you think this person is coming just to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, you are going to miss the mission. Stop. We need to flip this perspective right now. God is not sending you a lover to pacify you. He is sending you a transportation system. Let me say that again, so it sinks into your spirit. This wealthy soulmate is a divine vehicle designed to extract you from a place of lack and transport you to a place of destiny. Think about the story of Joseph in Genesis 45. When Joseph revealed himself to his brothers, he did not just say, "I love you, I forgive you." He said, "Go get my father and bring him here." But he knew his father Jacob was old, and the journey was impossible for him to make on his own. Jacob was stuck in Canaan, a land of famine. He had the promise, but he lacked the provision to move. So what did Joseph do? Genesis 45-27 tells us that Jacob's spirit did not revive until he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him. Notice the wagons. Joseph used his wealth, his access to the resources of Egypt, to send a transportation system. He sent the best chariots. He sent provisions. He sent a mechanism that could physically move his family from a place of death to a place of Goan, the land of plenty. That is what is happening to you. You are Jacob. You have a great destiny, but you are stuck in a land that cannot feed your future. You do not have the resources on your own to make this massive shift. You cannot fund the vision by yourself. You cannot open the doors to the high places by yourself, so God is sending a Joseph. He is sending a wealthy soulmate, not to impress you with their car or their house, but to be the wagon that carries you into your destiny. Their wealth is the wheel that turns your relocation. Their resources are the engine of your elevation. This person is coming to pick you up literally and spiritually. They are the answer to your prayer for change, not just your prayer for companionship. But this raises a controversial question. Why wealth? Why does God specifically highlight that this soulmate must be wealthy? Is God being materialistic? Is he saying poor people cannot love? Absolutely not. But there is a secret about the word wealth in the ancient Hebrew language that the church has been afraid to teach you. It is a secret that changes money from a tool of greed into a weapon of warfare. And once you understand what this word actually means, you will realize why your soulmate strictly requires this attribute to fulfill your joint mission. In the Hebrew culture, the word for wealth implies more than just having money in the bank. It implies capacity. It implies the ability to effect change. This brings us to the book of Ruth. You have heard this story preached as a romance. You have heard it as a story of a loyal woman who waited for a man. But that is the surface level. If you dig into the original text, you will find that this is actually a story about a legal transaction called redemption. Ruth was not just lonely, she was destitute. She was a widow living in a foreign land with her mother-in-law Naomi. They had no land, no protection, no future. They were stuck in a cycle of poverty that no amount of prayer alone could break. They needed a specific type of intervention. Enter Boaz. The Bible introduces Boaz in Ruth 2:1. Very specifically, it calls him a mighty man of wealth. Why does Scripture highlight his bank account before his character? Because in order to be a kinsman redeemer, or in Hebrew a goel, Boaz needed three things. First, he needed the right. He had to be a blood relative. Second, he needed the will. He had to want to save them. But third, and this is what everyone misses, he needed the means. Is less than hash own. 5 hash is greater than if Boaz had been a kind man, a loving man, a prayerful man, but a broke man. He could not have saved Ruth. He could not have redeemed Naomi's lost land, because redemption required a payment. He had to pay off the debts of their past to unlock the potential of their future. Do you see it now? God is sending you a Boaz, not because he is shallow, but because he knows the cost of the vision you are carrying. You are sitting there with a massive calling on your life. You have businesses to start, charities to launch, books to write, generational curses to break. But you are blocked by a lack of resources. You are spiritually rich, but financially restricted. God is looking at your situation and saying, I cannot just send you a prayer partner. I need to send you a partner of means. I need to send you someone who has the capacity to write the check that clears the debts of your past so you can step into your destiny. This redefines everything. This is not about finding a sugar daddy. Let us be very clear. A sugar daddy is a transaction of lust where you trade your dignity for dollars. That is a demonic counterfeit. The wealthy soulmate God is sending is a vision funer. Think of them as a kingdom venture capitalist. They are not buying you. They are investing in the anointing on your life. They recognize that you carry the spiritual DNA to birth, something that will change the world. And they are bringing the financial DNA to make sure it survives birth. It is a partnership of power. You bring the vision, they bring the provision. You bring the revelation, they bring the resources. Together, you become a dangerous weapon against the kingdom of darkness. But here is the catch, and this is where most chosen ones fail the test. This blessing almost always requires you to move. It requires relocation. Boaz did not move into the tent with Ruth and Naomi. Ruth had to leave everything she knew to go to the field of Boaz. She had to position herself in his geography to receive his covering. Let me tell you about a woman I will call Sarah. Sarah was a powerful intercessor. She lived in a small town where she had grown up. She prayed for years for a husband who would understand her calling. Finally, God connected her with a man who was everything she prayed for. He was godly, he was kind, and he was extremely successful in business. But he lived 2,000 miles away in a major city. When the relationship got serious, he told her plainly, I feel God has called me to this city. My assignment is here. I need you to move here with me, Sarah panicked. Her fear disguised itself as wisdom. She told herself, if he really loves me, he will move to me. Why should I have to give up my comfort? Why should I leave my family? Her friends, the ones who were secretly jealous of her blessing, whispered in her ear, saying, do not go. You will lose your identity. For 3 months, she resisted. She tried to negotiate with the blessing. She told God, Lord, bring him here. But the man could not move, not because he was stubborn, but because his wealth was tied to his geography. His assignment, which was the very thing that would fund Sarah's ministry, was rooted in that city. Sarah almost missed it. She sat in her room one night, feeling that same itch in her feet, that same pressure in her spirit that you are feeling right now. And she realized that her small town was a container she had outgrown. The discomfort was not a warning to stay. It was the growing pains of elevation. She took the leap. She packed her bags. She moved, and here is what happened. Within 6 months of relocating, not only did she marry this man, but her own ministry exploded. The city he lived in had the exact network, the exact connections, and the exact spiritual hunger that her ministry needed to thrive. She realized something profound. The man was not just a husband, he was the transportation system to get her to the location of her purpose. If she had demanded he come to her, she would have killed the seed of her own destiny. You need to understand this chosen one. Your location matters. Your geography dictates your growth. You cannot grow a palm tree in Alaska, no matter how much you pray over it. God is sending this person to pull you out of the soil that is choking you and plant you in the soil where you will bloom. So if the idea of moving scares you, if the idea of leaving your comfort zone makes you tremble, good. That fear is proof that you are standing at the gate of a massive breakthrough. But I must warn you, the enemy has seen this timeline. He knows that your Boaz is preparing to enter your life. He knows that once you two connect and relocate, the damage to his kingdom will be catastrophic. So he has a strategy. He will not try to stop you with a bad person. He is too smart for that. He will try to stop you with a counterfeit. God showed me a pattern. Exactly 2 weeks before the real blessing appears, the enemy often sends a distraction that looks 90% like the promise. A person who feels right, but is fatally wrong. Someone who has the money, but not the mandate, or the charm, but not the character. If you bite the hook of the counterfeit, you will be delayed for another season. You need to know how to spot the fake instantly. I am about to hand you the counterfeit detector, a 3-part framework to discern who is sent by God and who is sent to derail you. The first type of counterfeit the enemy will send is what I call the controller. This person often appears as the answer to your financial prayers. They have the money, they have the resources. They step in quickly to pay your bills and fix your car, but listen to the spirit behind the transaction. Their generosity comes with a silent contract. You will feel a shift in the atmosphere when you disagree with them. They will use their provision as a leash. They might say things like, "I am taking care of everything. So why are you questioning me?" This is not a Boaz. This is a Pharaoh. They do not want to elevate you. They want to own you. They are attracted to your light, but they want to keep it in a jar on their shelf. If you marry the controller, you will have a full bank account, but an empty soul. You will be relocated to a golden cage, not a promised land. The second counterfeit is the stagnant soul. This one is harder to spot because they are usually good people. They are kind. They go to church. They love you, but they are terrified of movement. When you talk about the vision God showed you about moving to a new city or starting that global ministry, they will smile and say, "Honey, why cannot we just be happy with what we have here? Why do you always want more?" They are an anchor, not a sail. If you attach yourself to them, you will feel safe, but you will miss the wind of God. You will look back in 10 years and realize you are in the exact same spiritual zip code. They are not sent to break you. They are sent to delay you. And in the kingdom, delayed obedience is disobedience. The third counterfeit is the distractor. This is the one that feels like fire. The chemistry is explosive. The connection is instant. You finish each other's sentences. You think this must be the one because it feels so intense. But look at the fruit. Since you met them, has your prayer life increased or decreased? Are you more focused on your assignment, or are you consumed by the relationship? The distractor is sent to drain your spiritual battery so that when the real Boaz comes, you are too exhausted to recognize him. This is the Ishmael spirit. It is birthed out of your impatience, not God's promise. Now, I promised you the #1 sign to detect all 3 of these counterfeits instantly. It is not something you see with your eyes. It is something you feel in your gut. It is the somatic marker of peace versus anxiety. When the counterfeit enters your life, your mind might be excited, but your stomach will drop. You will feel a tightness in your solar plexus, a subtle nausea when you see their name on your phone. That is your spirit detecting a snake before your eyes see the grass move. The Bible says, let the peace of God rule in your hearts. The Greek word for rule there literally means to act as an umpire. An umpire decides what is in and what is out. If you do not have peace in your gut, that is the Holy Spirit calling the person out. Do not override your internal umpire. But chosen one, even if you navigate these external traps, there is a more dangerous enemy waiting for you. This one is not hiding in the counterfeit. This one is hiding in the mirror. We need to do some deep surgery right now, because even as I speak about a wealthy soulmate, there is a voice in the back of your head whispering a poisonous lie. I want you to listen to that voice right now. It is saying, "Who do you think you are? Look at your bank account. Look at your debt. You are struggling to pay rent, and you think you attract a king or a queen." It says, "If they are that wealthy, what do I bring to the table? I am just a burden. I am a charity case. They will eventually realize I have nothing to offer, and they will leave me." This is the imposter syndrome of the wilderness. You have been in a season of survival for so long that you have identified with your lack. You think your net worth is your self-worth. You feel like a fraud for wanting to be in a power couple when you feel powerless financially. I want you to do a mental exercise with me right now. Keep your eyes open, but turn your focus inward. Imagine you are wearing a heavy gray coat. This coat is stitched together with every unpaid bill, every moment of financial shame, and every time you had to say no to something because you could not afford it. Feel how heavy it is on your shoulders. It makes you slump. It makes you look down. Now in your mind, I want you to see yourself taking that coat off. Let it drop to the floor. Step away from it. You are not that coat. That coat was just the weather you walked through. It is not who you are. We need to reframe this dynamic right now. This is the divine exchange. You are looking at the money they bring and thinking, that is the prize. But God is looking at the spirit you carry, and He knows that is the true treasure. Think about it. Why would God send a wealthy person to you? Because wealth without character is dangerous. Wealth without spiritual covering creates destruction. You have spent years in the wilderness. You have been refined by fire. You have learned how to trust God when the pantry was empty. You have learned how to pray warfare, prayers that shake the heavens. You have developed integrity that cannot be bought. That wealthy soulmate needs you more than you need them. They have the gold, but you have the glory. They have the finances, but you have the fortitude. Without your anointing, their wealth is vulnerable to the enemy. You are not a charity case. You are a spiritual security system for their assignment. You are bringing the oil that keeps their lamp burning. You are bringing the wisdom that stops them from making catastrophic decisions. You are the Ezer Kadau, the warrior helper who covers their blind spots. So stop measuring your value by your wallet in the kingdom. Currency is not cash. Currency is anointing. And you chosen one are a billionaire in the spirit. When you walk into that relationship, you walk in with your head high. You are not being rescued, you are being recruited. And this leads us to the most shocking revelation of all. You have asked why God is putting you two together. You think it is for happiness. You think it is for comfort. But God showed me the real reason, and it actually terrified me at first. The purpose of this union is not peaceful. The purpose is war. There is a specific reason the enemy has fought your finances and your relationship so hard. He knows that when your spiritual authority marries their financial authority, it creates a weapon that will terrorize the kingdom of darkness. Let me explain the power couple assignment that is waiting for you and why it requires you to be battle ready before you even say hello. You have been sold a fairy tale that says God brings two people together just to make them happy. That is a lie. God brings two high-ranking spirits together to make them dangerous. The reason the enemy has attacked your love life so viciously, and the reason he has attacked your future partner's finances so relentlessly, is because he knows what happens when you two finally meet. This is not a marriage. This is a merger. When your spiritual authority combines with their financial authority, it creates a dominion that terrorizes the kingdom of darkness. You are not being paired up to sit on a porch and drink tea. You are being paired up to take territory. God is sending you a wealthy soulmate because the assignment on your collective lives is too expensive for poverty. You are called to build orphanages. You are called to fund revivals. You are called to influence laws and culture that requires capital. In the hands of the world, wealth is for luxury, but in this union, wealth is fuel for war. It is the ammunition you need to destroy the works of the enemy. And this is where your identity needs to shift immediately. You have likely been taught that your role is to be a helper. And in modern culture, we interpret helper as an assistant, a sidekick, someone who brings the coffee while the main character does the work. That definition is an insult to your creation. Let us go back to the original Hebrew in Genesis 2:18, when God said, "I will make a helper suitable for him." The Hebrew phrase used is ezado. Listen to me. The word ezar is not used for servants. In the Old Testament, the word ezar is used almost exclusively to describe God himself when he steps in to save Israel from desperate battles. It means a strength that saves, a power that rescues. God is calling you an Ezer. You are not an assistant. You are a warrior. The word contado means opposite to or corresponding to. It is like two hands pressing against each other. It implies equal pressure, equal strength. Your wealthy soulmate is coming with the weight of the world on their shoulders. They are navigating high-level spiritual warfare in the marketplace. They are dealing with wolves in business suits. They are under constant attack because of their influence. They do not need a servant. They need a shield. They need someone with the spiritual rank to cover their blind spots. When they are exhausted from the boardroom, they need you to stand in the war room. When the enemy tries to attack their mind or their integrity, they need your discernment to intercept the arrow before it hits. That is why you had to go through so much trauma. That is why you had to learn how to fight devils on your own. God was training you to be an Ezer. He was building your spiritual muscles so that when this person arrives, you are strong enough to handle the weight of their destiny. You are the secret weapon in their arsenal. Without you, they are exposed. Without you, their wealth will destroy them. You are the anchor that keeps the ship from capsizing in the storm of success. This brings us back to the relocation. Now you understand why you have to move. You are not moving just for a better view. You are being deployed. God is moving you to a strategic geographic location where your combined influence can do the most damage to the enemy. That is why you feel the urge to go to a specific city or a specific nation. It is not a whim, it is a strategic positioning on God's chessboard. He is moving you from the background to the forefront. He is taking you from a local assignment to a global mandate, and he is funding it through this connection. So I need you to kill the small thinking right now. Stop asking God for a partner who just treats you nice. Start asking God for your running mate. Start asking for the person who is designated to run this race of dominion with you. But here is the urgent reality. This person is already in motion. The timeline has been set. The angels have been dispatched. But you cannot just sit on your couch and wait for the doorbell to ring. Passive waiting is not faith, it is laziness. If you do not prepare your vessel for this level of outpouring, you will crack when the oil starts to flow. You need to actively prepare your spirit, your mind, and your environment to receive this king or queen. If you stay exactly as you are tonight, you might miss them when they walk past you tomorrow. There is a specific spiritual protocol you must activate immediately. It is called the Esther Protocol, and we are going to walk through it step by step right now. In the book of Esther, before the queen could enter the presence of the king, she had to undergo 12 months of preparation, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odor. She did not just walk in off the street. She had to be processed. You cannot meet your wealthy soulmate smelling like your wilderness. You cannot enter a covenant of dominion while you are still carrying the scent of your trauma. If you want to attract a king or a queen, you must activate the Esther Protocol starting tonight. The first step is the oil of healing. Myrrh is a bitter herb, but it is used for purification. This represents the deep scrubbing of your soul from the residue of toxic relationships. Many of you are praying for this new person, but your spirit is still holding on to the fingerprints of the last person who mishandled you. You are carrying the bitterness of the one who stole from you. You are carrying the defensive walls from the one who lied to you. If your wealthy soulmate walked in right now, they would sense that bitterness. To a person of destiny, bitterness smells like a repellent. We need to wash that off right now. I want you to engage in a spiritual act with me. You do not need to move your hands. Just move your imagination. Close your eyes for a second, if it is safe to do so, or just soften your gaze. Visualize yourself standing under a waterfall of liquid light. This is the oil of the Spirit. In your mind, watch as that oil touches the top of your head and flows down. As it moves, imagine it dissolving every fingerprint that was left on your soul without your permission. See the anger washing off your skin like black soot. See the disappointment flowing off your shoulders. Tell yourself internally, I release the debt they owe me. I release the need for an apology. I am washing myself clean for the new season. Feel the weight lifting. You are becoming fragrance instead of defense. The second step of the protocol is the garment of praise. This is a shift in your language. You cannot speak the language of a victim and attract a victor. You cannot talk about how broke you are, how hard life is, and how nobody wants you, and then expect a kingdom financier to be attracted to you. Wealth is attracted to vision, not desperation. Starting today, you must change your frequency. When you look at your bank account, do not say, I am broke. Say, I am in preparation for overflow. When you look at your empty bed, do not say, I am lonely. Say, I am sanctifying this space for my covenant. Your words are the landing strip for your blessing. The third step is the royal mindset. This is about stewardship. This is the test most chosen ones fail. You are waiting for the millions to arrive before you start acting like a manager. But kingdom economics work in reverse. If you cannot steward the $100 you have now, you will not be able to steward the millions they bring. If your car is filled with trash, why would God entrust you with a fleet? If your current apartment is chaotic, why would God move you to a mansion? The chaos in your environment is a reflection of the chaos in your mind, and it blocks the arrival of high-order blessings. We need to perform a micro-action of faith. I want you to mentally walk through your home right now. Visualize your front door. Walk into your living room. Walk into your bedroom. Look at it through the eyes of the king or queen who is coming. Is there room for them? Is there space in the closet? Is there a side of the bed that is open? Or have you filled the whole space with your own baggage? Let me tell you about a woman named Elena. Elena was praying for her husband for 5 years. She was a powerful woman of God, but she was stuck. She felt that same itch to move that you feel. One day while praying, God told her, "Clear the closet." She looked at her closet. It was packed tight with old clothes, things she had not worn in years, boxes of memories from high school. There was literally not 1 inch of space. She argued with God. She said, "Lord, when he comes, we will get a bigger house. I will clear it then." And God said, "If you do not make room for him now, you are declaring by your actions that you do not believe he is coming." That night, Elena stood up and went to war with her clutter. She threw out bags of old clothes. She cleared exactly half of her closet. She left empty hangers there. She cleared the nightstand on the other side of the bed. She made physical space for a person who was not there yet. It felt crazy. Her logic said she was deluding herself, but her spirit knew she was preparing a landing zone. 3 weeks later, not 3 years. 3 weeks, she went to a conference she almost did not attend. She bumped into a man in the lobby. That man is now her husband, and here is the kicker. He told her later that he had been praying for a wife who was ready, and when he met her, he felt an immediate invitation in her spirit. She made room in the physical, and it unlocked the spiritual. You need to do the same tonight, or as soon as you get home. Find one area of your life to declutter. Throw away the old letters from the X, clear out the drawer. Make space. It is a prophetic act that tells the universe, "I am open for business." But preparing your internal world and your home is only half the battle. There is a much bigger shift happening outside your window. You have prepped the vessel, but now you need to recognize the timing of the launch. How do you know exactly when to move? There are physical signs happening in your environment right now that are screaming go, but you have been ignoring them because you thought they were just bad luck. They are not bad luck. They are the universe ejecting you from your comfort zone. Let me show you how to read these signs before it is too late. The universe has a way of physically ejecting you from a season when your time is up. Just like a mother's womb contracts to push the baby out when it has grown too large for the space, your environment begins to contract around you. Chosen one. Everything is lined up. The vessel is prepped. The signs are active. The person is identified. Now, chosen one, God is asking you a question, and he needs your verbal agreement to sign this contract. He is asking, will you carry this weight? Will you steward this wealth with integrity? Will you cover this partner with prayer? Will you move? When I say move, if your answer is yes, say it out loud right now. Say yes. Say, I am ready. Say, I receive it. Good. Heaven heard that. The angels recorded it. The enemy heard it. And he is trembling. You have signed the contract. The mandate is active. The portal is locked open over your head. You are commissioned. You are authorized. You are sent. Go now, chosen one. You are not dismissed from this video. You are dismissed from your wilderness. You are released from the holding pattern. Pack your bags in the spirit. Prepare your house. Purify your heart. The wait is over. The movement has begun. In the name that opens doors, no man can shut, and shuts doors, no man can open. Do not say amen yet. I want you to sit in this silence for 60 seconds after my voice stops. Let the weight of this glory settle on you. Let the reality of what just happened sink into your bones. Do not rush out. Stay here. Now go. Chosen one, if you're listening to this right now, take it as a sign written into your day by God himself. You didn't stumble here by chance. Heaven has a way of guiding the right soul to the right warning at the exact moment it's needed. A concealed truth is being brought into the light, and it's not a truth most people can handle. Every word you speak today could either become the key to your greatest breakthrough or the trap that stops you forever. There are massive plans moving behind the curtain of what you can see, and they are moving in your favor. God is arranging people, shifting timing, closing routes that look attractive but would destroy you later, and opening paths you couldn't have forced, even if you tried. But this kind of divine construction demands privacy. The era of oversharing is ending for you. The era of giving the wrong people access to your process is finished. Your hopes, your next step, your open wounds, even your unfinished breakthroughs, because what you're risking now is not just your peace of mind. You're risking the future that is already on its way toward you. It's your destiny, your breakthrough, your future. This message is not for everyone. Some will hear it and treat it like background noise, but you won't, because your spirit recognizes the weight of it. If you ignore this, and you may watch certain opportunities slip by while you keep asking why, your prayers feel stalled. But if you receive this instruction and obey it, if you guard your mouth and align yourself with divine wisdom, your life can shift in ways you won't be able to explain to anyone. The timing is urgent. The end of the month is approaching quickly, and you can feel it in the atmosphere. This is a hinge moment. Will you rise, or will you fall into another cycle because you couldn't resist talking, defending, confessing to the wrong ears, seeking validation from people who aren't assigned to your destiny? If you are truly chosen, you'll stay with this message and let it work on you to the very end, because something in you already knows it was aimed directly at your spirit. And before we go deeper, do 3 things, not as a ritual, but as an act of agreement. Hit the like button as a signal that you're ready to receive what God is speaking. Subscribe to this channel so we can gather and grow toward 45,000 chosen ones who refuse to stay small, and comment 99 as a mark of completion and overflow, a declaration that you are stepping into a new order. And to those who are supporting us and giving to this ministry, whether through the comment section or the super thanks feature, understand this. You are not just a giver, you are a co-laborer. We are partners in this divine assignment. Your seed isn't random, it's alignment. It's your way of saying, God, I'm ready to move when you speak. Your participation isn't superstition, it's posture. It's you saying, I'm awake, I'm listening, I'm aligning. Now listen closely. You were told to hold your peace, and you thought it meant you were being silenced, dismissed, minimized, punished, overlooked. But that's not what it was. You weren't being shut down, you were being shielded. That quiet season was a wall of protection around your destiny. God was not taking your voice away. He was teaching you how to carry it with authority. Think of a child reaching for a flame. The loving parent doesn't let the child learn by burning. The loving parent warns, blocks, redirects. The warning feels restrictive, but it is mercy in disguise. In the same way, you may have felt irritated, lonely, misunderstood, even isolated, wondering why you couldn't share your plans freely, why you couldn't tell everybody your dreams, why every time you tried to speak your next step out loud, something inside you tightened, something inside you said, not yet. That was wisdom. That was God protecting what He planted in you from being trampled by the wrong feet. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Psalm 141, verse 3. When you pray that, you are not praying for silence as bondage. You are praying for silence as armor, because your voice is not merely sound. Your voice is a gate. Your words are carriers. They carry faith or fear, alignment or confusion, blessing or sabotage. One careless sentence can invite warfare you didn't need to fight. One premature confession can create interference you didn't need to endure. Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Proverbs 21:23. That is not poetry, that is spiritual law. The tragedy is that many times you spoke too early and didn't even realize what you released. You thought you were simply talking. You thought you were being open. You thought you were building connection. But what you were really doing was opening channels. When you revealed sacred details about what God was birthing in you, you didn't just share information, you exposed energy. Words are not reversible. Once released, they move, they echo, they attract, they stir up eyes you didn't want watching you and hands you didn't want reaching into your future. This is not to frighten you, it's to empower you. If you understand the power of your mouth, you can stop bleeding spiritual strength and start storing it again. Whoever restrains his words has knowledge. Proverbs 17:27. Restraint is intelligence in the spirit realm. You are growing, and God knows it. He sees you as his beloved child, full of potential, but still learning the vastness of what's happening around you. You have gifts that make you dangerous to darkness, and that is exactly why you must learn discipline. A baby doesn't run before it learns balance. A warrior doesn't charge before learning how to guard. Your early eagerness to tell people everything came from innocence, not wisdom. God understood, and he guided you gently, telling you to be quiet so you wouldn't stumble into traps you weren't prepared to recognize. This season of learning is not delay, it is apprenticeship, it is holy training. Many of the ones God used greatly were formed in hidden places before their names were spoken in public. Some revelations are not meant for crowds. Some instructions are not meant for casual conversation. Some victories are not meant to be announced while they're still in seed form. But as for you, when you pray, go into your inner room and shut the door. Matthew 6:6. There are things God does best in privacy, and there are things that only survive when they are protected from unnecessary exposure. And yes, the truth is sharp, but you need it. You have risked too much by speaking too soon. In moments of excitement, in moments of vulnerability, in moments when you simply wanted someone to understand you, you handed sacred parts of your journey to the wrong people. And because of that, some blessings slowed down. Some doors did not open when they could have. Some progress felt like it kept stalling for no clear reason. You asked, why does it feel delayed? Why do I keep getting close and then something happens? And the answer, painfully, is that your mouth became a doorway. You allowed jealousy, skepticism, hidden agendas, and spiritual interference to enter through conversations that looked harmless. This is not shame, this is a wake-up call, because there is good news. It is not too late. This moment is a divine reset, a chance to close every leak, to seal every crack, to restore your authority by cutting off access. You can guard your sacred journey with fierce protection and trust God's timing to bring what is truly meant for you. What God designed for you will not be stolen when you learn how to protect it. The vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. Habakkuk 2:3. Waiting is not wasting. Waiting is guarding. Not everyone deserves to hear the blueprint God placed in your spirit. Sharing it casually is like placing treasure on a table in a crowded street and acting surprised when hands reach for it. The world is full of energy thieves disguised as friends, supporters, advisors, even family members who mean well in their minds but cannot handle what God put on you. Some people don't even realize they are draining you. They ask questions that sound caring, but their curiosity isn't pure. They smile, but their spirit competes. They compliment you, then privately resent you. And once you open your mouth, you give them a map. You give them a target. You give them something to talk about, something to doubt, something to twist, something to pray against without admitting it. That's why Scripture warns, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. 1 Peter 5:8. Lions don't announce their attack with honesty. They stalk quietly. And one of the easiest ways to be stalked is to keep broadcasting where you're headed. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength that has learned patience. Silence is a sword that stays sheathed until the right moment. And when it finally moves, it moves cleanly. You felt frustrated by quiet seasons because you assumed nothing was happening, but heaven was busy. God was working in ways you couldn't measure. Imagine a master builder constructing something priceless behind walls. Outsiders see nothing but barriers and assume no progress. But the builder sees foundations, structure, wiring, alignment. That is your life right now. What looks like stillness on the outside is orchestration on the inside. We know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. Romans 8:28. Even the delay, even the silence, even the isolation, even the disappointments that forced you back into prayer, they weren't random, they were shaping you. And let's go deeper, because you need to understand what's really been happening. There are powerful spiritual laws tied to manifestation, to identity, to the way your inner world shapes your outer world. God has not revealed everything at once, because revelation without readiness becomes a weapon turned against the carrier. Think of being handed a key that can open rooms you've never entered. If you use that key before you learn the layout of the house, you can lock yourself into danger. That is why God sometimes keeps certain mysteries hidden until your character can carry them. You are not being deprived, you are being prepared. And the day those mysteries open fully to you, you won't be fragile, you won't be easily shaken. You will be grounded, wise, and unstoppable, because your strength will match your calling. My word shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose. Isaiah 55:11. If God spoke it, it will happen, but your discipline decides whether you arrive in peace or in warfare. You may have wondered why your prayers felt answered in your spirit, but delayed in your timeline. Here is one painful reason. You spoke without divine timing. You opened windows in the middle of a storm. Imagine building a house and leaving every window wide open while wind, rain, and thieves rush in. You keep trying to decorate the living room while destruction keeps entering through open access points. Your words were those windows. Each time you told the wrong person what God was doing, you opened the frame wider. Each time you explained yourself, you opened it again. Each time you confessed fear in front of people who feed on your doubt, you opened it again. But when you commit to silence, you close those windows. You restore the seal. You recover peace. And then the same breakthrough that felt blocked comes back with force, often multiplied. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Your harvest is not cancelled. It is protected by obedience. Now hear this carefully. It's not only about people. There is an unseen realm, and your words ripple into it. When you share sacred matters without discernment, you create energetic pathways that allow interference to attach. That's why you might feel unexplained exhaustion, emotional crashes that make no sense, setbacks that seem to come out of nowhere, sudden confusion after certain conversations. It's because something was siphoned, something was accessed. Your words became the bridge, but you can shut it down. You can cut off the supply line. You can reclaim your energy by refusing to feed the wrong connections. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Guarding your heart includes guarding your mouth, because your mouth reveals what your heart is carrying, and spiritual predators listen for openings. God's love is patient, but even patience has boundaries when your destiny is at stake. This is a moment of firm instruction, not a gentle suggestion, a command from a father who refuses to watch you fall into the same pit again. The battles intensified because your words became weapons used against you, not because you meant harm, but because you didn't realize the force of your tongue. Now you do, and now you must respond with urgency. Silence is not surrender. Silence is faith with its eyes open. Silence says, I trust God enough not to prove anything to anyone. Silence says, I will not trade my future for a moment of emotional relief. Silence says, I refuse to give the enemy a headline about my next move. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. Ephesians 6:11. One part of that armor is discipline, and discipline includes speech. Feeling alone lately? That loneliness is not rejection, it is refinement. It is God creating distance so you can hear Him without noise, so you can see clearly without constant opinions, so you can strengthen your spirit without being drained by endless explaining. Some seasons are designed to reduce your circle so your focus can increase. That wilderness is not meant to kill you, it is meant to train you. It is where appetite gets purified, where motives become clean, where character becomes strong, where you learn who God is without needing constant human confirmation. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Psalm 37:7. Patience is power when it is rooted in trust. And here's the truth that will free you. Many people around you cannot understand the magnitude of your calling, and that is why sharing it too freely has been dangerous. Ordinary minds often react with envy, fear, disbelief, or shallow advice. They may not even intend harm, but their reaction alone can create resistance inside you. Some who look successful outwardly are weak inwardly. Some who seem confident are threatened in secret. They don't realize that what they're responding to is not just you, but God's hand on your life. And that hand confronts what's hidden in them. So stop trying to be understood by everyone. Your journey is not a public debate. It is a divine assignment. Your circle must become sacred. Your space must become protected. Your friendships must be tested. Your confidence must be proven. Because your next level requires boundaries, not explanations. The breakthroughs waiting for you are not small. They are not only earthly changes, they are shifts that will transform your life on multiple levels. Provision that doesn't make sense. Opportunities that arrive with precision. Spiritual authority that makes you unrecognizable to your old self. And manifestations that feel like God bending the timeline in your favor. But these things require one primary ingredient: obedience. Seeds must be covered to grow. If you keep uncovering them, showing everyone what you planted, you expose them to storms and pests. Your uncontrolled words have been like opening the gate to the storm. But disciplined silence protects the soil. And when the harvest comes, it will speak loudly enough. You won't need to announce it. It will announce itself. And I need you to hear the good news with clarity. You are not out of time. The door is not shut. The window is not closed. God is giving you a chance to reverse the damage of premature sharing. This is your moment to cut off draining conversations, to stop feeding negativity, to stop giving details to people who don't pray for you with a pure heart, to stop explaining your path to those who only want to measure you against their own limitations. Seal your mouth, seal your spirit, open your heart to God. Let the noise die, let the leaks close, let your strength return. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Lamentations 3:26. Quiet waiting is not passivity. It is warfare done correctly. Prepare yourself, chosen one, because if you obey, the world will witness the fruit. Your name will carry weight. Your gifts will make room for you. Your influence will expand beyond what you imagined, not because you chased fame, but because you carried responsibility. Provision will align, doors will open, respect will come from places that once ignored you. But that rise will not be built on loud announcements. It will be built on quiet obedience. You were not born for smallness, you were born for purpose. You were not shaped by pressure for nothing. The waiting, the isolation, the sacrifices, the hidden tears, they were not wasted, they were foundation. And when God builds, He builds to last. Now let's speak plainly about what happened. You trusted too quickly. You opened your heart and gave sacred access to people who did not have the maturity, purity, or loyalty to hold it. Some carried poison in their intentions, even if they never admitted it. Some were hungry for control. Some were fueled by envy. Some smiled while secretly hoping you would fail, because your growth made them confront their own stagnation. When you spoke, you handed them keys. Your private details became tools. Your vulnerabilities became leverage. This wasn't just emotional disappointment, it was spiritual conflict. And you are not weak for being wounded. But you must become wise enough not to hand the knife back to the one who cut you. Boundaries are not bitterness. Boundaries are stewardship. Boundaries are how you protect what God entrusted to you. Your tongue, once innocent, has been used against you because you didn't know its weight. Every premature reveal shifted the atmosphere around you. Instead of building a bridge into your next season, your words opened doors to delay. Speaking recklessly is like firing arrows without checking where they land. You don't see the damage until later, but now you see, and now you can change it. Your mouth must come under authority. Your speech must come under discipline. Your conversations must become selective because every word is a seed and you must stop sowing into poisoned soil. Your destiny requires you to plant in the right places, with the right people, at the right time, under God's direction. Silence was your sanctuary, a holy space where God wanted you to listen, learn, and be strengthened. But when you filled that sanctuary with constant talking, defending, complaining, confessing to the wrong people, you invited fog, confusion, distraction, spiritual interference. The delay you feel is not always the devil doing something far away. Sometimes it is the result of ignoring simple instruction. Be quiet, be focused, be obedient. Stop negotiating with the command. Stop trying to make an exception. Stop trying to keep everyone comfortable. Choose stillness again. Choose discipline again. Choose alignment again. Trust is sacred, but it must be earned. Some people you confided in were not allies, they were drains. They might wear friendly faces and say sweet words, but their hearts were unsettled by your potential. They used your openness as a doorway, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and they took what wasn't theirs. Your peace, your confidence, your momentum. The remedy is not revenge. The remedy is closure. Shut the door. Cut the supply. Stop feeding what drains you. Guard your secrets like treasure. Share only with those whose hearts have been proven by time, fruit, and loyalty. Let your calling be carried with dignity, not broadcast for approval. Your journey is unique. It is divinely arranged. It is not meant for everyone's commentary. It is not meant for everybody's opinion. It carries weight that casual ears cannot hold. So stop giving backstage access to people who only want the highlight reel. Your silence is not secrecy for the sake of secrecy. It is a shield that preserves your mission. Let your story unfold on God's schedule, not under the pressure of other people's curiosity. Let the fruit speak. Let the results speak. Let God vindicate you. When things slow down, it's easy to point outward and blame external forces, but sometimes the correction is closer. Sometimes the delay came because you kept speaking too soon, too much, too wide. Recognizing that is not condemnation. It is power, because once you know the route, you can change the result. Tighten your lips. Guard your speech, and watch how quickly the path clears. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, but your mouth must match your prayer. Speak blessing when God gives you language, and embrace silence when God gives you warning. Silence is a vault. In that vault are keys, codes, and miracles meant to be released at the right time, not leaked out through careless conversation. If you ever felt forgotten during this quiet season, hear this. God never left you. The silence was not absence. It was strategy. God was waiting for you to stop fighting with your mouth and start partnering with His process. Your love story with God is not ending, it's deepening. Your delay is not denial, it's preparation. And your next season will not be entered by noise. It will be entered by obedience. You are being trained for authority. This is not a casual lesson. This is spiritual boot camp. The discipline of silence is one of the hardest tests for the chosen, because the chosen are often passionate, expressive, intense, hungry for connection. But your strength must be refined. Your words must be mastered, because the same tongue that can call down blessing can also call in trouble. The day you learn to speak only what God assigns, and to stay quiet when God commands, is the day your life stops feeling like a battlefield and starts functioning like a kingdom. So hear the final instruction with reverence. Your destiny is not a topic for debate. It is a gift from God. It is sealed with purpose. Stop explaining, stop negotiating, stop broadcasting, obey, be watchful, be disciplined, be quiet when it's time to be quiet. And when God finally says, "Now," your voice will not sound like desperation. It will sound like authority. It will sound like fire under control. It will sound like a trumpet at the right moment. And the world will not be able to stop what God releases through you. Because what is born in silence and guarded in wisdom cannot be easily stolen.